and welcome to BF35, Textile and Non-Textile Analysis. I'm Catherine Reski. I'm going to be your instructor this semester, and I'm very excited, not only because this is my first time teaching this course, but because I love textiles. And I hope by the end of the course, you will too. So I'm very excited to go on this journey with you and teach you a little bit more about the wonderful, innovative, creative, tactile world of textiles. So this is just an introductory video to tell you a little bit more about the course. So we're going to go over the syllabus and the weekly schedule, just general information like that. But first, I would like to share with you my personal favorite piece of textile that I own. And it is right here. And it is woven out of alpaca yarn, so alpaca fur, using an ancient Incan tradition of hand weaving. So the whole thing was woven by hand, and it has lots of really beautiful images of things that were special to the Incans, like the llama over here, or at the top, and fish and snakes and birds and lovely things, and these lovely patterns, and even right down to the selvage. You might not know what the selvage is yet, but you will by the end of this course. But it's the part that's used to bind woven fabrics, and you can see this absolutely gorgeous pattern woven right into the selvage, used to bind the fabric together so it doesn't unravel. And I mean, it is just absolutely gorgeous and intricate, and I can't believe that it was done by hand, but it was. I met the woman who actually wove it. She did it using traditional styles, using a loom made out of wood and a shuttle made out of bone. So that is my little story with textiles and my favorite one. And I don't know if you have a favorite piece of textile yet, but hopefully you will by the end of this course. And just to sort of begin on how important textiles are, it's sometimes something that we often forget, sort of overlook. But let me ask you a question. What do you touch the most? Or what category of objects do you touch the most? Well, I'm going to guess that it's textiles. It is by far the thing that we touch that touches our skin the most. Of course, we wear clothes every day, so every moment that we are wearing clothes, we are touching textiles. But even when we're not, if we are in bed, well, you might have pajamas on, but if not, your bed has a sheet of textiles. It in itself is made out of textiles. When you sit down on a chair or a sofa, many times it's upholstered with textiles. Even when you aren't wearing clothes, maybe when you're taking a shower, the first thing you do when you get out of that shower, you pull back the shower curtain, you step on your bath mat, and you dry yourself off with a towel. All of those things are textiles. So textiles are one of the most incorporated substances within our lives. And if you never stop to think about that, well, here you go. Now is the time to do that. So from the moment we are born, the first thing they usually do is wrap us in some sort of swaddle or blanket. So second to human touch, it's the second thing that we touch in life, and very well likely be the last thing we touch as well. So that is the wonderful world of textiles. I hope I've sort of whet your appetite to know more. Of course, we should all know more about a thing that is so important and so present in our lives. So I'm excited to help teach you a little bit more about textiles and hope to get you very excited about them. So what I'd like to do now is switch on over and take just a little bit of a look at the syllabus for this class. Now, this, as well as this video that you're probably watching, is all posted on Blackboard. So it's going to be very important that you familiarize yourself with Blackboard, and especially in regards to this course, just so you know where everything is. Hopefully it should be pretty self-explanatory. All of the course content will be in the course content section, so pretty easy. The weekly modules will be split up week to week, and any other part of Blackboard that you might need to use, like the discussion boards or anything else, will be described in an assignment or any sort of other informational packet given out to the specifics. So just familiarize yourself with Blackboard, and especially for this course, go through and make sure you know where everything can be found, so on and so forth. So let's take a quick look at our syllabus. Let me just switch over. All right, so this is what the syllabus for this course looks like. Of course, BF35 Textile and Non-Textile Analysis. There I am, Catherine Noreski. You can call me Kate, that is perfectly fine. If you would like to contact me, I will be on campus this semester. I will have in-person office hours, Tuesday between 2 and 4, Thursday 10:20 to 11:20 in office M327, and my telephone number while I'm in the office is 5977. However, this is an online course, so you might not be on campus this semester. If so, you can always email me at catherine.noreski@kbcc.cuny.edu. Feel free to contact me or email me any questions at any time. I'm going to try to make sure that I respond to my emails during the week within 24 hours. Might be a little bit longer on the weekends, but again, feel free to reach out to me with anything whenever you want questions or comments or anything like that. If you'd like to schedule a video chat or some sort of appointment over phone or via Zoom, please email me to make an appointment and we can schedule a time that works for the both of us. For this course, your required text is J.J. Pizzuto's Fabric Science Swatch textbook. Now, I don't have an edition up here. The most current edition is edition number 11. However, you can get other editions. That's perfectly fine. A lot of times you can get a little bit of a deal on older editions. What is important, though, is that you get the swatches that accompany the textbook. So it should say, swatch kit or something else. That's the most important part, are the swatches. It's so important to be able to touch, feel, and look very closely to all these different textiles. And I'm going to be, showing up close pictures of certain textiles, which you'll be able to see on video, but it's just much better when you can see it in person. And in addition to that, what's probably even more important to that, I'm going to be describing what things feel like. So hopefully by the end of this course, just by the feel of a fabric, you should have a pretty good idea of, the fiber content and so forth. And it's really, really difficult to do that if you don't have, that tactile experience, that touch experience there in your hands. And of course, since this is an online course, we will not be in class. It's so important that you get those resources, that you're able to touch and really feel those fabrics. And that's one of the really wonderful things about fabrics as well, is they all touch and feel a little bit different. They're soft, they're smooth, they're scratchy, they're fluffy, so on and so forth. So the required materials are a desktop and laptop computer because, of course, this is an online course, so you will need either one of those implements to be able to view the video lessons and participate on Blackboard. If you do not have either a desktop or laptop computer, please use this link to figure out more about how to loan a laptop out from KCC. Now, as mentioned before, the fabric swatch to accompany the text. So we talked about that. Very important that we have that collection of fabric swatches. Brief overview of this course. This is an introductory course that aims to teach the basic information about textiles and non-textile materials used in fashion design, and as well as interior design. And really those are the two major fields where textiles are the main medium. But as we'll learn, textiles really stretch into so many different areas of life, not just fashion or interior design. After completing this course, students should be well versed in textile fibers, weaves, knits, finishes, and yarn types. Important textile vocabulary will be learned, and all basic textile knowledge necessary for anyone in the fashion design or interior design industries will be covered. The rationale for this course is as follows. Textiles and non-textile materials are the ingredients used by fashion designers and fashion brands. They are used to create not only clothing, but a wide variety of objects created by designers. Just as it is crucial for chefs to know the properties of their ingredients before they can create dishes, designers must be fully versed with the types and properties of textiles before they can design looks. Fabric selection is one of the most important factors when designing garments or any product made from fabric. Designers or brand owners must be very knowledgeable about textiles in order to ensure their clothing or products are priced appropriately, will function as intended, will fit appropriately, and will look and be shaped as intended, along with other vital factors for success of a garment or product. The learning outcomes for this course are as follows. First, to understand the fibers used for textile production. Second, to understand the characteristics of different fiber types. 3, to understand yarn types and their characteristics. 4, to identify the main weave types. 5, to identify the main knit types. 6, to understand the characteristics of different weave and/or knit types. 7, to identify different types of wool, cotton, silk, synthetic, and leather and fur. 8, to understand and identify different types of fabric finishes and embellishments. 9, to understand and identify different types of fabric dyeing and printing. 10, to understand quality control in fabric development. How is this course going to be structured? This course is an asynchronous online course. This means there will be no specific time in which students will have to be present for class. However, the one exception to this is students will have to meet online for the final exam at a given time or date. The date has been given, the time, let's see, did I set a sign? Sorry. Yes, so the only time that you will have to be online is June 10th between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. So please try to arrange your schedules accordingly. Other than those 2 hours, you will not have to be online at any time. However, all information, course content, assignments, and announcements for this course will be found on Blackboard. Please use Blackboard and check your school email frequently to ensure you are staying up to date with the information and assignments for this course. So how will the asynchronous course components work? Video lessons, assignments, and informational material will be released each week onto Blackboard. So this means that this course will be broken up into weekly segments. It will be up to the student to watch each video lesson on their own time and complete all of the course materials for each weekly segment on time. Although there is no defined time for students to participate, each weekly segment should be completed during that week. So although there is no specific time that you have to tune in per se for a video lesson, the assignments will have very specific due dates, and the video lessons and the assignments need to be completed by those due dates. Links to the video lessons will be posted onto Blackboard. They will be hosted on YouTube channel KCC BF35. Now this is because Blackboard has data limits, so this video is posted to Blackboard. However, I can't post all of the video lessons to Blackboard or else I reach my data limit cap. YouTube is a better hoster as well. Students tend to have a lot fewer difficulties tuning into videos when they are posted onto YouTube. So I like to sort of just cut through all the technical problems related to video hosting on Blackboard and just create my own YouTube channel for this course. So all you need to do is go to YouTube and search KCC BF35. That will be the YouTube channel, and within that channel you can find all of the video lessons for this course that will be posted links of which will be posted onto Blackboard. And if you subscribe to this channel, you will be alerted of new video lessons when they are posted. So that's even something Blackboard doesn't do. Assignments will be posted onto Blackboard each week and should be completed by the posted due date. So how will grading work? Grades are based on weekly assignments and the final exam. Grades will be based on the completeness, punctuality, accuracy, and level of competency for the material covered. Late assignments will be penalized. The final exam will be online and synchronous, as we just discussed, which means students will be required to log on to Blackboard at a specific date and time. Here is the grade breakdown for this course. So each assignment will count for a certain amount of points. The number of points an assignment has reflects its percentage impact toward your final grade. For example, an assignment with more points will have a larger impact on your final grade. In this course, there will be a total of 340 total points that have been divided up among the assignments and critique participations. For each assignment, a student will receive a score based on that assignment's total points. A student may keep track of their grade by adding up all of the points they have scored and dividing it by the total number of points of each assignment given thus far. For example, if we have completed the first 3 assignments, we may have scored a 19 out of 20 on the first, a 20 out of 20 on the second, and an 18 out of 20 on the third. In this instance, we can add up 19, 20, and 18 to get 57. When we add 20, 20, and 20, we get 60. Now when we divide 57 by 60, we get 0.95 or 95%, which will earn this student an A. So feel free to keep track of your own grade, and of course the assignment grades will also be posted onto Blackboard. So recording and making sure you know where you are should be fairly easy for you. The following are the assignments for this course. We'll have a total of 12 assignments, each worth 20 points, and a final exam worth 100 points. All given assignments will have a specified due date shown on the assignment description page. All assignments will be submitted onto Blackboard. So how this will work is each week will have its own folder on Blackboard. There you can find links to the video content as well as the accompanying assignments for that week. You can submit them right there. So always look, make sure you're scrolling down to see everything that's posted within a week's folder. If there is an issue with your Blackboard assignment submission, you can always email your assignment to catherine.nareski@kbcc.cuny.edu. However, do try to submit your assignments to Blackboard. That way you can have your grades right there on Blackboard to make sure that you are where you are, you have all your assignments in, so on and so forth. And then we mentioned the final exam date. Attendance. Attendance for this course will be based on a student's punctual submission of assignments. This is because, of course, there is no synchronous time in which you are required to check in. Attendance can't be taken in the traditional manner. So again, it will be based on when you turn in assignments. Extremely poor attendance may result in a WU. So if you are not punctual with the submission of your assignments, you may get a withdrawal unofficial. Failure to submit your first assignment on time, along with failure to communicate with your instructor the first week of class, will result in a WN. This means a student will be automatically withdrawn from the course. Now this is a school requirement. So we are required by the school to let the school know if a student has failed to attend within the first 2 weeks of class. If that happens, they get a WN. And there's lots of things that this relates to financial aid and enrollment and so on and so forth. But our hands are really tied. So what this means for you is it is very important that you either A, turn in your first assignment on time, or B, communicate with me, via email is fine, that you do intend to participate in this course and a reason why you cannot submit the first assignment on time. If either of those things are not done, you will be automatically withdrawn from this course. Additional notes for the course. Academic dishonesty. So this is taken very seriously throughout Kingsborough. You are expected to do your own work. If you cheat or copy someone else's work or allow yours to be copied in any sense, you will be graded with 0 or potentially course failure for repeated offenses. So typically what happens if you copy your work from the internet, you will get a 0. If you allow your work, or even if you don't allow it, if someone just copies your work, both of you will receive a 0 on that assignment. In addition, civility and respect for others is essential in an academic environment. Any acts of harassment and or discrimination based on pretty much anything, or just being rude, let's say, will not be tolerated. Now, we will not be in a classroom, but we may have use of discussion boards in which it will be very important that you act in a professional, kind, and civil manner to all of your classmates. Resources. Of course, as mentioned before, if you have any questions or concerned about this course, please email me at catherine.nareski@kbcc.cuny.edu. If you have any questions about the fashion design program in general, you can email kccfashionlab@gmail.com. We're probably going to be opening this up also to business of fashion students. So if you have any registration questions, kccfashionlab@gmail might be a good place for you to start as well. For a full list of resources available to Kingsborough students, visit the school's website page for student resources right here. And it's good to look through it. Kingsborough really does offer a lot of really fantastic free services to its students. So it's definitely worth it to just sort of scroll through and see what they offer. You might find something that you didn't know existed and would definitely help you out. As I said, that we have so many different resources available to our students. Now let's go, and I'm just going to briefly go through our weekly schedule. So every week we'll have a different topic to be covered, and you can go through this. It will be posted onto Blackboard so you know what we're going to be doing every week. And I'm just going to go through it fairly quickly. Week 1, we're going to do fibers. Week 2, we're going to do yarns. Week 3, we're going to learn about different types of woven fabrics. Week 4, we're going to learn about different types of knit fabrics. Week 5, we're going to take a deep dive into cotton. 6 is our deep dive into wool. Week 7, deep dive into silk. One of my favorites. Week 8, we're going to look at synthetic fibers, as well as we'll probably take a look at some new technologies too, because new technologies and synthetic fabrics are coming out all the time. Week 9 is going to cover leathers and furs. Week 10, finishes and embellishments. Week 11, printing and dyeing. 12 will be quality control and fabric design development. And of course, we have our final exam, June 10th, 10 to 12. So that concludes my introduction to BF35. I hope you are excited to learn more about textiles. And if you don't have a favorite textile yet, I hope you will by the end of this class. All right, I'll see you guys the first week when we learn about all the different fibers that we can make textiles from. All right, bye-bye. See you.